And good morning, everybody. This is Sherman Ray, and this is Livin in Vegas Magazine, the podcast. And I've done this a couple of times, folks, where I've just started the show without having my microphone, and I've just been doing all kinds of stuff. And it's because you know what? We're always changing things, just always changing things at this show. So it's all good. It's always a good thing. Welcome to the show this morning. It is Tuesday. Kiddos are still at home. We still have some things that are going on here in the valley. As far as the weather is going crazy, we'll talk a little bit about that today. We'll also talk about the Vegas Golden Knights today. We'll talk about something really cool that we're going to be starting here in a couple of weeks. I hope you're as excited about it as we are. And so that's really what it's all about. Well, before we get started, folks, I want to talk a little bit about our magazine, as we always are wont to do. Livin in Vegas magazine. It is out. It's out, folks. And if you want to see the digital copy of it, folks, you can go to our website at livininvegas.com. Also, a lot of people have been saying, hey, Sherman, it's wonderful that we can see it online, but we want to download the thing. We want to download it. We want a digital copy for ourselves. And we promised you that if you want a digital copy, you can actually get a digital copy of the magazine. All you have to do, just go to the website, livininvegas.com, and if you click on the magazine, you can see it right here. It's the magazine. It'll take you right to the page, right below it. Right below the digital copy of it, there's a download button. And it says download the PDF of the magazine. It's really pretty much it. We're going to be sending that out to our mailing list. And if you want to get on that mailing list, you can. It's real easy to do. All you've got to do is send me an email. Send me an email at info@livininvegas.com. Info@livininvegas.com. I like the way my eyebrows are doing that. Info@livininvegas.com. And we will send you a digital copy of it. Okay, the PDF copy of the magazine. Okay, we're going to be sending that out today. We've been waiting on it for one reason, because we actually have an announcement we want to make, and I just sometimes these things just take a minute. But the magazine is out. There's some great articles in there. Russ Langer's in there. Dr. Phil is in there. Dr. Phil is a prosthodontist, okay, or a dentist that works with teeth and all that other stuff, and just a fantastic guy. I've been wanting to meet this guy for quite a while. And also, there's a story about Gilda Graham. Gilda is a fantastic artist as far as theater and screenwriting. She's a producer. She's a director. She's a Hollywood type, and she's a part of Livin in Vegas magazine now. So excited about having Gilda as a part of our team. And there's tons of other stories in there. As a matter of fact, I found out one of her stories is about Augusta Massey. Augusta Massey, just a fantastic lady. She's an attorney, and so she came to the foundation room a couple of days ago when we had our launch party for the magazine. And I had not seen Augusta. In all honesty, I've not seen Augusta face to face a couple of years. I mean, we talk all the time on text message or on Facebook or whatever, but face to face, I have not physically seen her, just because of the way things go. And so wonderful to see her. She's a Caribbean girl, just like I am Jamaican. And so she told me that she's running for office. And I went, oh my gosh, I had no idea. What a great thing. She's running for judge. This is not an endorsement for anybody. I've got to preface this by saying this is not an endorsement. But if I were going to endorse somebody for a judge, just say it. Augusta Massey. So, anyways, that was her. No, that wasn't her. I know that was a check. Ching. No, it was not. It was not a message from Augusta. Anyways, so the magazine's out. Just go to our website or at livininvegas.com, or you can send me an email, info@livininvegas.com, and we will send you a link to the digital copy, and you can actually download the magazine. Okay. Let's talk a little bit. Before we get going, one more thing's happening we are going to be having a happy hour, and we call it the happy hour. We're finalizing the location even as we speak. Very excited about that. We'll be making that announcement hopefully by the end of the week, so we can actually start getting people to go to it. It's going to be very fun. We're going to really have a great time with it, and it's called the Happy Hour or the Happy Hour, whatever you want to say. You say tomato, I say tamata. Probably about 5:30 to about 7 o'clock ish, something like that. Great way for business owners to get out there and just mix and mingle. Vegas is back, folks, and we're going to help it in as many ways as we possibly can because we are living in Vegas, baby. That's it. Let's get started. Let's get started with some of the cool stuff that's going on here today. Let's get rid of all of this stuff that's on this page here. There we go. And we'll get rid of you also. All right. So, NV Energy, folks. NV Energy, this is actually kind of an interesting article. NV Energy said they're replacing their last coal-fired plant with solar projects. And this is an interesting story. Why am I leading with this story? Well, because solar energy is going to be. I'm a renewable guy. I am not that the Earth is going to die or something like that. Because I think we're. Anyways, I just think that we as human beings should take care of the Earth. Okay, I'll put it that way. Very political that way. So I really believe in renewables, green technology, solar, all that kind of stuff. I really do. It's part of who I am. NV Energy saying that their last coal-fired plant, they're actually getting rid of that thing by 2025. No, 2025. They said they will offer coal-free power by 2025. They're going to shutting down their coal-fired North Valmy generating station, the last coal-fired plant they own. 2 recently approved solar projects in Humboldt County, Nevada, will take its place. One is a 250 megawatt Iron Point project. Sounds really powerful. The other is a 350 megawatt plant called the Hot Pot project. So many of you probably know this. A couple of years ago, we had an assembly bill that passed, and then it became law that by 2030, half of the energy that we use here in the valley, if you have a household, will be renewable. Okay, and that's just kind of, and I guess this is kind of a warning to people. If you see an ad that says, "Hey, guess what? We work with NV Energy," and all, they don't. Nobody works with NV Energy unless it's NV Energy. So if a solar company comes up to you and says, "Hey, we work with NV Energy and we do this, that, and the other thing, and you can get free power," okay, it's kind of a lie. And it's actually illegal. You can't actually do that. Why do I know that? It's because I used to work for a solar company. So, but all of the power, half of the power that's going to be consumed in Nevada by 2030 is going to be some kind of renewable. So that means you're going to see solar panels on homes everywhere. And so if you're going to get it, man, you might as well get it now, okay? Because every other house is going to have it at some point. Because it's a law. I'm gonna skip around a little bit. No, let's not skip around. I was gonna skip around. Let's talk about the mountain lion. There was a mountain lion, folks. Did you hear about this mountain lion? There was a mountain lion that had been caught in the valley a couple of times. He had been caught about a year ago, something like that, and he came back, evidently. And this time they were saying there were reports in the southwest part of the valley that homeowners said, "Hey, there's a mountain lion in our backyard." And they said after about a 3-hour search, a mountain lion was found in the backyard of a home near the 3900 block of Wainscott Court, close to Fort Apache and Twin, about 12:30 p.m. Monday. This is yesterday. Search for the animal began after calls started coming in to police after the sighting near El Capitan Way and Spring Mountain, just after 9 a.m. And many people had reached out to the news crew were upset because guess what they had to do? Yeah, they were going to try to shoot the animal with a dart, maybe knock it out, and then get it out of town. This time it couldn't. That they just was it was too dangerous. This mountain lion was not cooperating. Didn't want to leave. They had to kill it, and they call it euthanizing, but no, they shot it, and a lot of people were upset. I mean, they were really upset that they had to kill this animal. And anytime an animal's killed, it's just an unfortunate thing. But yeah, it happened. So that poor mountain lion's gone, and what are you gonna do? In other news, folks, Mike Mayock. Mike Mayock, after 3 years with the Raiders, he's gone. He was the general manager for the Raiders, and he's done a great job. So he was let go by the Raiders. It was kind of a bittersweet thing. And in that same vein, we have Rich Bisaccia. He is the interim coach for the Raiders, and they are in talks right now, but it may not work out that Rich is going to be the coach for the Raiders. Now, this is unfortunate because all the players love him. Raider Nation has been writing notes in about Rich. Not Mike over here. This is not Mike. Mike's gone. Sorry. He's evidently I even have a dog outside here. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's gone. But Raider Nation has been calling in saying, we want to keep Rich. Rich took over the Raiders early on in the season. It wasn't half the season was over yet. Rich took us all the way through and to the playoffs. We should keep him. We like him. Okay. Well, league rules say that you can't just, if you've got an interim coach, you can't just say, okay, he's a full-time coach now. You actually have to interview other candidates. And in this case, you actually have to, now the rules are that you have to interview minority candidates. And there's quite a few. So there's a couple of guys, there's a guy from Miami. There's a couple of people that we're talking about over the last couple of weeks as you're watching the playoffs that they're saying this guy's going to probably get a shot at a head coaching job. Rich Bisaccia will probably still go down in the hearts and minds of all of the people who are in Las Vegas as the guy who probably should have gotten the job. We still hope that he does because really it's we believe, especially in Vegas, we believe that you need to go home with the guy who took you to the dance. Okay? That makes sense. You go home with the guy who took you to the dance. You don't just leave him on the street. So, which comes up with our question of the day, folks. We have our question of the day. And we want to add this kind of it's kind of fun thing you want to do here. Our question of the day. What one word describes someone living in Vegas? Okay, that's for all of our folks who are watching us on Facebook, or who are going to be watching us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. What one word describes someone living in Vegas? Okay, so a lot of people, if you live in Oregon or you live in, Florida, there's a certain person who lives there. And my wife and I were having this conversation yesterday, and we were saying, what would possess somebody to actually live in Vegas? We are the driest state in the nation. We're not the hottest. I mean, I looked it all up yesterday. We're not the hottest. Florida's actually the hottest. We're actually not even in the top 10 as the hottest. We're just the driest. There's no water here. We're right in the middle of a desert. We're classified as a desert. And yet people are flocking here, right? They're just flocking here over and over. So what one word describes, and I'm going to type it into our comments. Here, let me do that. Let's do this right now. I'm on our Facebook page for our group page right now. So I'm going to type that in right now. Question of the day. What one word, sorry, describes someone living in Vegas? Okay, that's our question of the day. Boom. All right. So the question is there. Answer that question, folks. If you can answer this question, we will post your name and your answer on our Facebook page or on our website, and you'll be that person for the day. Okay, so that's our question of the day: is what one word describes somebody who's living in Vegas? Yeah, cool. There was another story about insurance. Now, this is once again, uh, I think these are great questions. I really do. There's a new law that just passed recently that is going to basically level the playing field with people who have big dogs. Some people have big dogs, some have little dogs. Up until this point, insurance companies have said, look, you got a big dog, you got a Rottweiler, you got a pit bull, you got some kind of wild, crazy dog, and we are going to charge you more money for that insurance for that dog, or we're not going to insure you at all. A new law just took effect in Nevada that could save pet owners hundreds of dollars. It puts an end to dog breed discrimination when it comes to insurance rates. Isn't that who ever thought about it? Las Vegas is a dog lover's town, but we also have a major pet overpopulation problem, which overwhelms shelters and rescues. Many people surrender their dogs not because they don't want to keep them, but because they have no choice. And some say the reason traces back to liability insurance. Okay, and so once again, this is kind of a and some people, they have a fur baby. We call them fur babies. If you have to make your decision whether or not to keep your animal or not, because you can't afford it, and who wants to spend a couple $100 for a pit bull when it's just as easy to take them down to the animal shelter and say, okay, well, sorry, but we have to take you back. And it's kind of a tough one, isn't it? I mean, what are you going to do? In other news, folks, let's see. Here we go. In other news, no, we are not auctioning off women, even though these are very pretty women. So Vegas nightclubs are back, folks, and a couple of Vegas nightclubs are back in town. So after quite a few months, and we've been watching this. Pandemic has shut down nightclubs all over the place, but two prominent Las Vegas nightclubs, strip nightclubs, are who haven't had any parties in a long time are coming back, and one is the Light nightclub at Mandalay Bay, and I'm wondering where that's at. 'Cause we were just at Mandalay Bay just a couple of days ago. It announced its grand reopening February the 11th after nearly 2 years of closure. Can you believe that? 2 years they've been closed. Wow. Known for its diverse DJ and live performance lineup, as well as its giant LED screens and cutting-edge sound system. Wicka. Light first opened in Mandalay Bay in 2013. And sister venue Daylight Beach Club has been operational for the past 2 years. During COVID, general admission for Light will be $20 for ladies, $30 for guys. And Tao Tao Beach Club will be more than twice as big when it rejoins the Strip Day Club landscape in March. So they'll be opening up in March. So a lot of places are opening up, and I guess that that leads me back to what we're going to be doing with the happy hour. So the happy hour, sponsored by and hosted by Livin in Vegas magazine, we're going to be having it twice a month, and so it'll be the first and the third Thursday of the month, where we're basically putting it out, and we are finalizing the location right now, so I can tell you the dates. The first date that we'll be having an event will probably be February 17th. So it gives you a couple weeks. To check it out. We would actually have it on the. You're saying to yourself, why don't you have it on the first Thursday of the month? Well, because my wedding anniversary is actually the day before, so I may not be able to go. Okay, I probably won't. Linda and I, my lovely wife and I, have been married 31 years. I know. You're saying to yourself, Sherm, you're a player. Well, you're one of those guys. You're a gigolo. No, no, I'm not. I know. Contrary to popular belief, I am a married guy. I've been married many, many years to the same woman. I love her to death. I've just always been that guy. Just always been the marrying guy. And some guys are, some guys aren't. And not judging. We don't judge anybody. We don't judge anybody here. No way. We got a lot of stuff to get to. Gosh, are we going to be able to get to any of these stories? Oh, golly. This is a story we probably should have gotten to a long time ago. Vegas Golden Knights lost to the Pittsburgh Penguins yesterday over at the Arsenal, and that this is really bad because this was a game where the Vegas Golden Knights were cruising to a win. They scored 3 goals, one in the first period, and then a couple more as and they were ahead 3-0, and then the Pittsburgh Penguins came back with 5 unanswered goals and beat us. Is it all right? That's fine. We're still ahead. We're still ahead of the in our standings, but we probably should have won the game. Okay, come on, VGK, pull it in. Let's man up and get it going because we really need to continue on our winning ways. What else? Gosh, am I gonna get another story in? I've got a couple minutes. Yeah, I've got a couple minutes. Let's go to. Oh, let's go to our poll. Okay, it's our poll of the day. I know we got these new things now that we're doing polls. We're doing this or doing that. All right. So our poll of the day is this question: which coffee restaurant or which restaurant in Vegas serves the best coffee? Okay, that's our poll question. We're taking a poll, and we want your opinion on this. I used to own a coffee shop, so I know good coffee. I really do. This coffee right here, I roasted this yesterday myself with these Jamaican hands. With these Jamaican hands, I roasted this coffee in this nondescript cup. I probably should put a. I'm gonna get one of these. I'll get a Livin in Vegas logo and put it on here. So I know coffee, but we want to know from you. What's our poll? What restaurant serves the best coffee in Vegas? Okay, I'm going to put that question on our Facebook page, and we'll see. We'll get some folks by the end of the day. And our poll: which coffee, which restaurant serves the best coffee? Okay. And we'll put down, and what we'll do is the answers from that poll question will actually, we'll divide it down into three coffee shops, and we will serve, and we'll ask that question, and the winner from that will be the best one. We've got a great group of folks here that really get involved on our Facebook page. So it's very likely that the winner of this poll will be dubbed the best. It's kind of the way it is. Lake Mead, folks, our friends over at Lake Mead, we found out that Lake Mead is forecast to drop another 34 feet over the next 2 years. Now this is very concerning. Now Lake Mead has always had an issue with its water level, even since I was a kid. So there's always been a slight little erosion going on, where it's going down. But now that the bathtub ring, which we call that white ring around the Lake Mead, we call that the bathtub ring. It's very pronounced, and they said it's going to get really pronounced over the next couple of years. So this is important that we take a look at our water usage, and even I used to take longer showers than I do now. Now I get in, I get out, boom, I'm done. Okay, I really am. And so we still live in a desert, folks, and other people use the Colorado River. So we're gonna actually we'll put an article that I worked on our website, which has changed dramatically. Have you been to our website? Hopefully you have. Our website has changed dramatically. It's a little more intuitive. It's a lot easier to use. So you can find a lot of the articles that we're alluding to right on the front page, and then you can go right to the stories. Um, but we did a story on Lake Mead and how it evolved, and so it's really important that we take care of that natural resource. Las Vegas or Lake Mead was the first recreational area that was ever made. One of those water reservoirs, and so we want to take care of that because we've got a lot more people in the valley. The water rationing that we agreed to back in 1938, 39 is the same one we're under now. I don't know. So in those days we had like 12 people here. Now we have like in the metro area over 1 million people in this metro area. That's a lot. And we're going to probably get another 500,000 people in the next 10 years. That's a projection, but it's probably pretty realistic that we're probably going to get a lot of people. So let's be very conscious of our water and our water usage. Let's talk about this guy. All right, so this is Antonio Brown. Many of you recognize Antonio Brown for his antics on and off the field over the last couple of years. Well, Antonio Brown, his last antic was that he stripped off his shirt. Here, I'll put that up there again. So it really works well if you see this. He stripped down to this as he was leaving the field 2 weeks ago. He played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He got upset, had a meltdown. We don't know exactly. I don't think anybody's really told the whole story. All we know is he's no longer a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, even though Tom Brady fought for him to be it. Well, there was a guy who took a video of the meltdown. Okay, he had his phone. Oh, thank you. He took a video of the meltdown, and now the original video that they took, this fan, the video originally captured by a fan's cell phone was purchased by Savor. There was a guy, his name is, what's this guy's name? It's Evan Savor, Saver, S-A-V-A-R, who's auctioning the NFT, or the non-fungible token. This is the weirdest thing that's ever happened. On viralair.com, and he's expected to get as much as $1.5 million. Oh my gosh. I think this thing is getting out of hand. I mean, I know people think it's cool, but now no one else will be able to show that video unless they pay this other guy. So this guy took a video of Antonio Brown, and this guy said, "Now this is my property. Now I'm selling it as an NFT, or a non-fungible token, which is like the new cryptocurrency, I guess, or digital currency." And $1.5 million. Is that crazy? That is simply crazy. Anyways, we're out of time, folks. So tomorrow, if you'll be here tomorrow, folks, because tomorrow we're actually going to be, I've got an interview that we did with Tom Reese, who's a fantastic writer. We're going to air that article, and we'll actually give an update on our question of the day and our poll of the day, find out some cool things. I encourage you, go to our website at livininvegas.com and check out all the cool stuff that we've got. We will see you again tomorrow, folks, for Livin in Vegas magazine, the podcast. It's been Sherman Ray. We'll see you again tomorrow, 8:30 in the morning. Bye-bye.